evidence pieces for your peer review endorsement portfolio. Technically speaking, you don't even need to submit anything. You can submit additional documents. However, please note that you don't need to submit copies of your conference attendance, copies of your degree certificates for bachelor's and master's are not required, copies of PhD certificates are not required except if you've completed your PhD within the last 12 months. And all publications, prices, patents cited in your application form and CV do not require documentary evidence. So kind of saying you actually don't need to submit anything. However, I've spoken to several people who applied for the peer review endorsement who graduated with PhD 10 years ago. They didn't submit the PhD certificate, but the endorsing body then came back to them asking for the PhD certificate. My recommendation would be submit the PhD certificate anyway, regardless of when you finished it. That's number one. Number two, when we talk about the documents, the evidence pieces documents, there are certain boxes which you can take and provide documentary evidence for. And I'm going to read it out to you. Number one, academic and professional qualifications. This is your PhD certificate. Number two, significant publications. Even though they tell you not to include it, you have it in your CV, I still recommend creating a PDF document where you would list your significant publications, your Google Scholar ResearchGate profile, so that they can see these citations. Of course, they can go and check it themselves, but it's still important to do it. Second one, significant commercial output, such as patents, licenses, and spin-outs. Prepare the document, call it significant commercial output, put everything that goes into that box. Then, international consultancy or advisory roles. Some of the people I worked with, they had advisory and consultancy roles, World Health Organization or something like this. You can add those things there and just briefly explain, especially if your CV is only 3 pages, you couldn't fit much information. You can go a little bit more in detail into what you did, what was the outputs of the research you did there, etc. Significant prizes, if you got anything, awards, sometimes you get like exceptional PhD. It's not gonna make a break deal, but it still will add value to your profile in your case. Major funding secured for fellowships during the last 10 years. This could be anywhere in the world. Again, some countries have this information public, but in some countries, this information might not be public. So if you have any certificates where you have your name, the number of funding, or some sort of documents confirming the funding, definitely include that. Then significant major funding from awards in the last 10 years, which you can also submit. So I would recommend sticking to about 5 to 7 documents that you can submit, again up to 10. You can also throw in another letter of support there from non-UK contact that you have or another UK contact. So the stronger you make your case, the better. And evidence documents are also really important, even though technically speaking, they are not required. But don't overwhelm them. Don't create documents that are 20 pages long.